Well,
I'm glad we didn't eat the rotisserie chicken on mic. That would have been awful.
A, it would have been gross, and B, that guy
Yeah,
would be
that's true.
assaulting us. Look at him stare.
He knows. He heard us say the word chicken, and he's like,
Dude. His ears flared out. He had the tail wag. Chicken.
He knows.
He knows. No one else gives a shit.
No.
It's just Lionel.
Well, yeah. Lionel's the only one who...
Look at that tail. He's going mad. He's getting angry over that.
He's doing the airplane ears.
It's not whipping around anymore. Yeah. He's mad.
Good. He should be. Obviously, you don't feed him enough if he's that crazy.
I give this cat so much fucking food. It's insane. Lionel gets fed double what any of the other cats do, and
it's not enough.
It's not enough. He doesn't
He's
gain
a
weight.
machine.
He doesn't put any weight on. Now you know why I worry about him. Look at him. He's a little animal.
He's almost as small as Kita now.
He's not nearly that small.
He's comparable.
No. And this is after he put back on weight. For a while, I could see his ribs and stuff. That was bad.
Baby.
That's when I was really worried about him. But he's okay now.
I'm going to be ripping burps into the mic again.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's how you know it's a good app, when we're ripping burps straight into the mic.
I don't know. That's true.
Just letting them fucking rip.
This one is going to be real all over the place.
Should I drink some soda so I can start ripping someone?
I considered bringing Blue Moon, and then I was like, I'm on stimulants. I don't want to also drink right now.
When we were picking up the rotisserie chicken,
you thought it too.
You were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go pick up a drink." I was gonna be like, "Grab me a claw while you're at it."
A claw? No, God, no. I need to drive home.
Just real quick. Just yeah.
This is We Want to Watch, and my name is Lane.
My name's Ricky.
And normally this is a podcast where we talk about movies that we wanted to watch and then watched. But this time is a little different. We're going off format.
It's about movies that we've seen.
Yeah,
and you, the viewer, have as well, since you've watched all of the movies that we've watched.
You definitely watched along every single week with every bad movie.
Our faithful watchers, and we appreciate you. We thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy us fucking around and
it really is
giving you our golden watches.
Yes, this is the first annual Gold Watch. First annual Gold Watch
Awards.
Awards.
Gold Watch, you hear it coming through your speakers.
What?
Gold Dust? You don't know that song?
I don't know that song.
It's like gold dust, you hear it coming through your speakers.
Oh, okay.
You hear it clogging up your airways.
Well,
I know you can't get
great that we already have a song. I love when we have a song.
I was thinking about that, yeah. Like, as I was doing the bit, I was like, damn. Like, I'm going to look up who that's by.
But yeah, so this is our... we're doing an award show, a retrospective of all of the movies that we've seen this year. So since our first... Now, are we including our 2 unreleased, never, like, Locked in the Vault dungeon, or Locked in the Dungeon? What am I trying to say? Locked in the Vault episodes, like The Thing and Eraserhead. I did not consider those in mine.
I kind of considered it, but
I figured they were low-hanging fruit also.
They were, yeah.
Yeah. But so everything dating back to the Grand Budapest Hotel, our first ep.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. We've watched 64 movies for this. The girls are fighting.
No, it's Archie tries to play with Oreo, and Oreo doesn't want to play. So Archie, like, chases her around, and she hisses at him till he stops.
Whose idea was it to feed the cat rotisserie chicken so they'd be all riled up?
No, they do this all the time. Lionel's the only one that's riled from it.
I thought cats were supposed to sleep during the day. Like, aren't they supposed to be more chill? My cat's usually pretty chill.
Your cat is an anomaly, Lane. Your cat is very different from the normal cat.
Okay, have you ever heard of the, like, if you, make the sound with a comb, where you drag your thumb or your finger across a comb, it makes the cats gag? Ricky is pulling a comb out. We did not plan this. They don't like it. No, it's going to make them gag. Well, it's supposed to make some cats gag. It has to do...
Oh, yeah, Archie doesn't like it.
Oh, Archie!
Oh my god, he gagged!
That's what I'm saying. I told you what would happen.
That's crazy, man.
You dick.
Whoa.
Oh, Oreo Leo just showed me your tummy. No, it has to. It like vibrates their larynx, I guess, like because of the way that it vibrates in their ears.
Yeah.
So, but I tried to do it to Banksy, and he just like got really. He was into it. He was like getting really close to it and like sniffing the comb.
Classic Banks.
Yeah, like okay.
I've done that before, and I've definitely had cats not get like weirded out about it, but like
interested.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kita is sitting on top of 2 laptops stacked on top of each other, on top of a first aid kit that I definitely gave Ricky like 2 years ago that looks unopened. Which I guess is good, because that means there's no...
What about Ricky from 2 years ago that's unopened?
Don't worry about it. Okay, so a year ago we started this podcast.
Is it this binder that's unopened? Or?
Is that a binder? Or
It's a
first
binder.
aid kit? Oh, it looks like the one I gave you.
Oh, no.
First aid.
That's a like binder from middle school for me.
Alright. We are already off to the races. So, we compiled our nominees, our awards, for like 20 different categories. I've got the list of movies that we watched. I don't think I want to name them all. It's on Letterboxd. Go look on if you want to see it, find me on Letterboxd. Gannon_Kazooie. Not talking to you, I'm talking to the watchers.
Well, they already know.
They've watched them all.
Yeah.
Right, of course. But, if you want to see, you can go see it. And then I've got the stats. We can kind of talk about those. I don't know if you really do want to open that on mic, or if you were trolling, but you could, if you want, we could do that. The gift.
Yeah. I thought you meant like open up the stats on mic, and I was why not?
Pop them open. But yeah. So, should we start with like a retrospective, like how we think the year went? Should we go broad?
Yeah, we might as well. Yeah,
inverted triangle method.
Yeah. Hourglass it. You doing the sort of hourglass?
So it's been a year.
Back out.
How has this been?
52 weeks. 545,000.
25.
Fuck. Wait, is it actually 500?
525,600 minutes.
Damn. Wow. Lane's a nerd.
No. Lane just knows people who are nerds. Are you going to see Wicked?
No.
Okay.
That's such a crazy question. I'm holding space for it, though, so...
Tell me about what this year has been like from a podcast perspective. Do not tell me about your personal life.
I was like, damn, Lane, you want me to air it out on speaker? I will. On mic. From a potting perspective...
Yeah, how's it gone?
I think pretty well. I think we've gotten better. And, like, I was scrolling through the movies... because right before this, I had not actually picked these out. So right before this, I was scrolling through, and I feel like not only have our movie choices gotten better in some ways, they've also, like, there are distinct episodes I can point to and be like, oh, that was a really good ep. Oh, that was a really good ep. And, like, more often on the latter half am I saying, like, oh, yeah. I remember this. This was fun.
I feel like we hit our stride with like Good Will Hunting. Like I feel like the early episodes are not bad, but like then Good Will Hunting, like we unlocked something.
I think The Last Airbender is when it happened.
The Last Airbender was a make or break point for us.
That was truly the trial by fire.
We will never have another fucking episode like that. I tell you what, I will. That's our last bad episode.
That's crazy that you think that was bad. It's good potting.
All right. Anyway, we should open up. We've really got to get on social media so that our 5 people that listen to this podcast can
interact at all.
No, I agree. I think we've gotten better, and yeah, the movies. It's been rewarding to, and we'll talk about this with the nominees, but just looking through some of these, it's cool, the movies that we've each picked. I think there's like a definite like identity to the Lane's frame versus the Rick's pick, and it's not what you might expect.
Yeah, and Lane's are not dumb and stupid.
That's not what I was saying.
And all the Rick's picks are, every single one.
So I'm cracking into the stats. So Letterboxd just started doing this feature where there's stats on lists, which is cool. So I sent that to you on Discord if you want to see. So we watched 64 films, 120 hours, 62 directors. So we only repeated on 2 films, which is cool.
I want to throw out there that I need Letterboxd Pro for this.
You can't see it without... Oh, well,
I cannot see it without Letterboxd Pro, which shows you that Lane has Letterboxd Pro, which I guess makes sense. That is like a very Lane thing.
It's super...
I know, but still.
It's worth it. It's worth it it's worth it for a few reasons. It's worth it, one, because you can see, it links up with Just Watch, so you can see all of the streaming. Like, if you go to a movie, it'll be like, oh, this is available on Amazon Prime. Or, oh, this is on YouTube.
I think it does that normally.
No, I don't think so. Or you can select at least your preferred streaming services. You can change your...
I'm seeing it right now. Anyway, go.
You can change your like cover photos for movies and things like that. You can like put custom posters and things. I don't know. There's just obviously the ad blocking. Anyway, 62 directors.
Is it actually 62 directors?
Yeah, out of 64 movies. So we repeated. I'm trying to think of who we repeated on. Orson Welles, because we watched The Trial and Othello.
Yeah.
And I guess the Wachowskis, because we did Cloud Atlas and Speed Racer. I guess that's it. Oh
shit!
Is that true? Is that it?
That's
it feels crazy. Like it should be more, but like
Speed Racer was so good.
Agreed. Yeah, I guess that really is it that we repeated. No, that can't be right.
I feel like there should be more.
Oh, you know what it is?
1998 Mark Osborne.
You know what it is, though? Yeah. Well, yeah, because Ari Aster also we watched 2 of, and
yeah, we did. Hereditary.
But I think it's because there are there's multiple directors on some of the anime.
Ah, that makes sense.
The Mobile Suit Gundam had.
Because Gundam, there's 3 of them on here, and there are 2 directors.
Yeah. So, whereas I think the Daft Punk movie has no director listed, so
that's kind of fucked up.
Not the
yes,
the concert footage.
Yeah, the anime movie one has 4.
Yeah. So there's some funky shit with the stats.
It's a little skewed.
Anyway, 19 countries, 8 languages. That's kind of cool. And then, of the decade spread, we watched at least 2 movies from every decade dating to the 50s. But nothing earlier than the 50s, which I was surprised by. I thought we watched something from the 40s, but we didn't.
Hey, fuck 1940 and everything that happened before it.
No.
I fell out of a coconut tree, motherfucker.
Oh my god. Okay, so... our top year... of like the most movies watched, we watched 4 new releases, which I didn't think about, but we watched.
Oh yeah, because Civil War.
Yeah, can you name them?
Civil War, Smile 2. What was it? Kinds of Kindness.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know if I know number 4.
A great movie we both liked. We both fucked with.
For number 4?
Yeah. Guest episode. A tragic episode with horrible quality.
Fuck. Right, Nick Cage, Long Legs. Yeah.
Do you which I brought Ricky a plate from Thanksgiving, and the host made short ribs, and I said, I hope you like short ribs, and Ricky said, almost as much as I like long legs.
Oh. When you said guest episode, I thought Showgirls, and I was like, that's not from this fucking year.
Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck?
Let's see what else is interesting on here. We watched a lot of drama. Drama was our number 1 genre, followed by horror.
Okay.
Skewed a little bit by the We Want a Whale, surely.
Yeah.
11 films from Japan. Thanks.
We Want a Weeb.
We Want a Weeb. We weebed. 9 in the UK. 7 from Germany, 7 from France, 5 from Italy, and 3 films from Canada.
How many from the US?
42.
Damn.
Now those are where it was produced, so some of that is like,
well, swayed.
Like I bet some of the German movie, like I bet Grand Budapest is like filmed in France or Germany or something. So,
yeah.
But pretty cool. So they have these themes and nano genres on Letterboxd, which are kind of bullshit. I think it's just like aggregated from the comments.
So they skip past micro genre and went right to nano genre.
Well, they're like the themes are like epic heroes, humanity and the world around us, twisted dark psychological thriller. And then nano genres is just like groups of 3 words. Like, and ours, I'm going to read you ours of
just
like
word salad.
The top one, like the most movies for each of these nano genres in quotes. Scary, murder, psychotic. Gory, thrills, haunted. Eerie, disturbing fear. Eerie, bizarre, creep. Not creepy, creep. Scary, tense, cliche. Surreal, dream, eccentric. future, thought-provoking, philosophical. I'm noticing a theme here. Ghosts, mysterious fear. Creepy, graphic screaming. Like,
I like Ghosts Mysterious Fear.
yeah, tag yourself.
Yeah.
So very skewed by the month of horror movies, but we did
Yeah.
also we were more prone to seeing, I think, intense, scary, like Longlegs and Smile, like.
I think also, I mean, even before that, we have Memories of Murder, which I guess
Hereditary. We watched in
Hereditary,
July,
yeah.
I
guess that's kind of it.
Eraserhead kind of counts.
Oh,
The Thing
Eraserhead.
obviously counts.
The Thing, yeah.
So yeah, it's funny.
Manhunter too, kind of.
Manhunter for sure. Yeah, is definitely, I'd say, eerie, disturbing fear.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Blow Up almost.
What's that?
Blow Up almost.
Yeah, I mean, there's some murder in Blow Up, so.
It's such a weird movie though too. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
Yeah.
Our most watched person is not who you think, but it's tangentially related to who you think.
So it's not Kurt Russell, but it's somebody related?
It's not Kurt. I wouldn't have thought Kurt Russell
Oh,
either.
okay, so it's not
No.
fucking what's his face?
No.
What's his goddamn name? Othello?
It's not Orson Welles either.
It's not Orson Welles. And is it tangentially related to him?
No.
Okay. Is it...
It's an actress. And it is not Julianne Moore, I'll say that.
Okay.
Oh, this is fun. We should do a quiz more often.
Yeah.
I love games. I love when podcasts do games.
Who is it?
It's Kirsten Dunst, of all people.
Really?
She snuck in Eternal Sunshine. She plays the...
Okay. I was looking at Eternal Sunshine. I was going to go through this, but I was like, yeah.
Power of the Dog.
Okay.
And then Civil War.
Yeah, all right.
I was like, oh shit, look at that. Our second most watched, John Goodman.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Speed Racer and...
He's a voice in Paranorman, and then Beyond the Sea, he's one of the managers.
Yeah. Wow.
So, what a spread. And then there's, 5 Japanese voice actors in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Mobile Suit Gundam is pushing that off a little bit, though, because there's 3... It counts 3 apps,
yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah, and the next one is... let me get the actor's name, but he's in all 3 of the Mobile Suit Gundams.
Okay, yeah.
Banjo Ginja?
Fair.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Kurt Russell, we watched 2 of his, Bob Hoskins, 2 of his, William H. Macy.
Who's Bob Hoskins?
From Roger Rabbit, Eddie Valiant. He's also in Beyond the Sea. Yeah, Beyond the Sea, secretly a stacked cast.
Yeah.
That is going to skew all of our stats.
That's kind of crazy, actually.
2 Denis Villeneuve, 2 Miyazaki films, 2 Wachowski films, 2 Gus Van Sant, which I kind of forgot, because he did Psycho, the remake. Our most popular movie that we watched is Midsommar, at least for most popular for Letterboxd. Okay. Most obscure, the Daft Punk concert set.
That's okay. Oh, all right, that makes sense. Do they have second most obscure?
Let's see. No, I don't think so. Well, I could probably sort the list by popularity. Give me a sec. Hold, please. Sort by film popularity. I bet Rojin Z is way down there. Let's see. Actually, the Gundams.
That's what I was gonna say, because I feel like if people watch it, they're probably not putting it on Letterboxd, right?
Yeah. So the Gundams, and then more, which I do have on this list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond the Sea, and then Lupin the Third, Goemon's Blood Spray.
Fuck Beyond the Sea, let's go! I'm so happy that Lupin the Third, Goemon's Blood Spray is above
Beyond the Sea is below Rojin Z.
Let's go!
Oldest movie, Othello. Newest movie, Smile 2. Worst movie, lowest average is Last Airbender. Highest average is Ansandi. Fuck Ansandi. Ansandi is not coming up in this episode.
Fuck Last Airbender. Thank God it's at the bottom of the list.
It's funny that the highest average is probably my most hated movie, and the lowest is your most hated.
It's my most hated movie, yeah. I'm vindicated
contrarian.
by the people, okay?
Yeah. They hated them because they told the truth.
It's really cool that A, that more is on here, and that B, it's so niche, I guess.
Yeah.
At least in Letterboxd.
Yeah, we picked a lot of more slightly obscure, or now the Letterboxd demographic definitely has a certain thing about them. But it's not like if I were to read these most popular, like Eternal Sunshine, Grand Budapest, Black Swan, Hereditary, but all right. But yeah, so those are the stats. So pretty cool.
Yeah,
I would like to maybe watch more international films this upcoming year. If we're making more resolutions, I guess I mean,
do we have a new film year resolution?
Sure. I mean, I didn't watch as many movies this year. I mean, we still have a month left, but
yeah.
I didn't watch many movies this year as I wanted to. It was just a crazy year, but.
I watched way more movies than
you've ever watched
in your life combined. Yeah. Maybe not my whole life, but in a year at least, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially full movies. There are a lot of movies that I've walked in and seen bits of, but
doing
never
the classic
the
dad
thing.
move of walking into the living room and watching Heat for 25 minutes.
Yeah. Standing there, hands on the hip, watching the
holding
shooting
a tool.
scene. Yeah. Just watching the scene the entirety, and then making a noise and leaving. That's it.
Well, yeah, do you have any? Mine is to probably watch more. I want to watch big stuff, but I want to watch more international stuff.
Mine is more of a TV thing. A lot of friends keep recommending TV shows to me, and I've never seen them. Severance being one of the big ones. So I guess my resolution is to watch those. I'm finally watching Arcane season 2.
This is terrible. I'm anti this resolution.
That's so crazy.
My resolution. I've scratched my old resolution. My new resolution is to stop this resolution from happening.
That's so crazy, bro.
The thing about TV is that every year people are like, "Oh, this is one of the best fucking TV shows ever," and it's it's not. Every year they say that. There's too much fucking TV. There shouldn't be as many TV shows.
TV, yeah.
There shouldn't be as many TV shows as there are movies. I will stand by this. And yet, every year, somebody's talking about some new fucking prestige dramedy on HBO or whatever, or Peacock.
I think, yeah. I mean, maybe there shouldn't be as many I don't want to say try hard, but try hard TV shows as there are movies. Because I mean, there's a lot of TV that's just I don't know,
yeah, sure. Bridgerton, go ahead, fine, watch it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, cool.
Bridgerton, sure. Isn't that the show about dresses or whatever? People in old English dresses. I'm sensing no from
well, I mean, it's known for its beautiful costumes that people really like.
Okay, yeah. Why don't they make that a movie? Why isn't that just a movie?
I think. Well, that's the thing. So I'm wading into uncharted territory for me, but. I was thinking about this recently of what makes a movie star versus a TV actor, a really solid TV actor.
Yeah.
And I mean, the obvious thing is TV is more long form stories. You can have longer, kind of more meticulous character arcs and flesh out world building a lot more than you can in a movie just because of length. And the episodic nature just is more digestible in that way. So it makes sense that if you have intrigue, palace intrigue and romance and whatever, soap opera-y type stories, people breaking up and betraying each other and pregnancy, whatever. It's better suited to a TV show.
Yeah.
I will give that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'd watch the supercut of Bridgerton that's formed into a movie too. That's fine.
That'd be pretty sweet, actually. I wish there was a good Lost. A good version of the show Lost, because I remember watching that as a kid, and I don't know, I just want there to be a better version of it, and
people go crazy for that show still.
Yeah. Oh, I know. There's a thriving Lost community out there.
They're lost.
They truly are lost in a show from 2006. And then there was another show that I was thinking of.
SpongeBob.
No, probably wasn't that important, I guess. Although I do have some of the gifts for Zach and Tori.
I see that.
SpongeBob. Yeah,
cute.
Yeah.
You have another 2 bags of gummy bears in that cabinet since the last time I was here.
I think one of those was in there last
time. Okay. Anything else we want to say before we jump into these, a half hour into this episode?
No.
Okay, so I'm thinking if you're looking at the chunks of categories, I'm thinking we start at the bottom of the first chunk going up to Best Picture, and then we start at the top of the second chunk and work our way down the rest.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
You want to take turns?
Yeah, sure.
You want to go first?
Okay.
So announce the firsts.
So coming in for...
Don't do a voice.
Best score!
I wonder how many of these will overlap on. Also, one other caveat. I'm just going to blanket statement about this. I tried to pick movies that I had not seen before this podcast, too. I tried, because it was, if I just picked a bunch of movies I liked, because I suggested them for the pod, because I'd seen them before, you know, like The Thing or whatever, like, that would be kind of... So I tried to mostly stick to new stuff.
I mean, thanks. I don't think I've seen, like, any of these movies before the pod, except...
The Thing,
Grand Cloud
Budapest.
Atlas, Grand Budapest.
You'd seen some of these.
Yeah, a couple. But, I mean, I did try to choose stuff that I had not watched before. Eternal Sunshine, Nausicaa. So, I don't know.
But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Whoa! Kita, you're gonna topple the mic.
She's just scratching.
All right.
Hey, baby.
Best score.
It's the best score.
Ricky, who is your gold watch going to?
My gold watch is going to News from Home.
Oh.
I feel like that movie, without its score, would not be what it is.
Interesting pick.
And also, I count the ambient noise as a part of the score as well.
I was gonna say, I can't recall any of the score, other than the very end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Which is when I cried.
That's part of it.
But yeah, I remember we joked before about, like, I was like, oh, like, I'd like to make a movie, and you're like, oh, like I would like to see what you make or whatever. Like, I'd like to see what you come up with. I would make something very similar to News from Home. And it probably would have a lot of just, especially because, like, I don't know, as a like walking commuter, a lot of my life has, like, ambient noise in that regard.
Sure.
And sometimes it is nice to, like, enjoy that, like, not have headphones and just sort of, like, enjoy, like, the ambient noise. Yeah. I feel like it's something that not a lot of people listen to. So
interesting. Okay, good pick. Left field.
Weird one,
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I was like, oh, mine would have, like, a song at the end that, like, sort of, like, has, like, a weird, like, do you know the, like, auditory illusion where, like, so basically, I'm delving into my
right. Well, your movie's called Psyche, right? We already established it's called Psyche, so.
So it would be a horror, and it would sort of like wow.
We should have a beer.
Yeah, we should. All right, I'm gonna dish the whole thing. This is like, don't call me crazy, but it would just like, stop it.
She wanted to smell it.
No. It would just follow my life, and just like walking around and stuff, and then like taking the bus and whatnot, and then it would do the same thing but without me there. And so this came from when I was like breathing in the mold spores, and I was really like molded out. But like I would think about it sometimes when I was in the shower, which is when the mold would like sort of like release it, bloom, release its spores, and I would get really moldy in there. But,
oh my god!
But I was like, one of my big paranoia things, and like this is just because like I'm like paranoid a lot, is that because like they stack the showers right on top of each other, right? I'm like, what if the one just falls?
Did we talk about this on mic?
Have we?
I don't remember if we did or not.
I don't think we have. I don't think I've talked about this at all.
The short story is that Ricky had mold in his apartment.
Oh, the mold. I thought you meant my fucking.
Well, yeah, you're just talking about the mold spores. You're like, the mold spores are blooming into my psyche, giving me paranoia. Ricky had mold in his apartment for like 6 months and didn't realize it. Because how bad it was until.
So it was in a corner of my closet.
It looked, literally, guys, he sent me the picture. It looked like the fucking dark spot on the wall where people killed themselves in Pulse.
It did.
It looked exactly like that.
So I had a box, like, in the corner, and I had, like, books and shit in it, and, like, a lot of them are ruined. But, like, the entire outside, like, both sides of the box were fucking coated. And then, like, because it wasn't right against the wall, because it's got, like, the little standoff at the bottom.
That didn't stop them.
But no, it grew in between the two, so it was just like I mean, it wasn't too bad. Like, it wasn't like yet felted over, right? But like it was getting to that point.
It was like a loose felt. It was like a.
It wasn't even a loose felt. It looked a lot worse in pictures because it's like black mold, so like comes through really well in pictures.
Anyway, your movie about taking a shower.
But yeah. So like one of my biggest fears is that like the shower above me is going to fall through and kill me, right? That's like a weird small
irrespective
paranoid thing
of the mold.
Yeah, no, that's well, yeah, irrespective of the mold. That's just a paranoia thing.
Oh my god.
But this was definitely a mold fueled drama because I've stopped thinking that as much now when I get showers. So I mean, maybe linked.
So you had a song you were gonna end the credits with. Is that where you were finish this journey?
Yeah. So like it would just like follow through like the different parts of my life, like but without me there, yada yada, just sort of recording, and then it comes back to like my apartment, and it's the first time that you see inside the apartment, and then it walks through, and it walks to the shower, and the fucking shower has like collapsed, and it's like it like comes in and like the shower's just collapsed down, like that whole bathroom is just a fucking wreck, right? And so this would be pretty low budget outside of that like last scene where like the shower is a fucking wreck.
Have you? And is the implication that you have been crushed by the shower?
Yeah.
So have you seen Donnie Darko?
No, I haven't.
Okay, never mind.
Wait, is that the plot of Donnie Darko?
All right.
Wait.
My nominee for best
Buddy
score.
Suit guy go into that?
My gold watch, I gave. I feel like it was the obvious pick, but I had to do it. I gave it to Yojimbo.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Because I still listen to the opening theme song. I listen to that soundtrack regularly. But
so Yojimbo got something else from me. I didn't repeat any of these.
I tried not to repeat either.
Yeah, okay.
But so I was like, if I'm gonna give anything to Yojimbo, even though there's a lot good in there, the best score. It's so anachronistic and cool. It sounds like fucking. I'm trying to. It kind of sounds like Depeche Mode, honestly, like the pipes and shit, like it sounds like the song we were listening to in the car.
I feel like you mentioned that when we watched it too.
Probably.
I feel like that's on app. You were like, yeah, this fucking intro, Depeche Mode, bro.
It's great. I love it. The whole like soundtrack is great. But yeah, so it's really cool. It really adds to the funness of the whole movie. I think that movie wouldn't be. It's a fun movie either way, but it is really elevated by that score. It's great. So,
yeah, hell yeah.
That was my pick.
Do you want to introduce the next one?
Sure. Best costume design. So this one, I feel like we had a really good roster to pick from here too.
I feel like I picked one that you're gonna hate. Then
interesting. I picked Boogie Nights. That was my choice for best costume design. My gold watch. So I think that if the costume design in that movie isn't good, that movie's cornball central. Like it's bad. But the way that it and this is, we didn't do best production design, I'm realizing, which maybe next year, but the way that the costumes are so immersive and so like not just like caricature or like stereotypes, but really they do a good job of costuming all of the cast. To tell the story, especially over time. And again, if people look silly, like if the costumes look like Party City, off the rack Spirit Halloween shit, that movie is like way worse, like disastrous. So I figured,
it's a disaster.
It's movie. Like it's like a stealth best costume design. It's not like necessarily the flashiest or like the most like ostentatious or whatever, but it's if you're gonna pick Cloud Atlas, I'm gonna kill you.
It's not Cloud Atlas. That one I was laughing. That one was I was thinking of putting for worst costume design. If we did a best and worst, that's
we didn't do any worsts because of we're not the Razzies. Fuck the Razzies. Yeah. So
we don't like being mean.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk more.
Lane likes being mean. Anyway.
What is your best costume design?
So I have two.
That's what.
One.
It's not best if it's two.
Well, one is for a bad movie, and one is for a movie I think is bad, and one is for a movie I think is good.
Okay. All right, hit me up.
So the movie that I think is good and that I think has good costume design, is actually Eraserhead.
Oh,
which I wasn't sure if we were counting or not.
Yeah, sure.
So I was like, all right, whatever.
Interesting. You did best costume. Interesting. I don't really think of the costumes for that movie as much.
I liked a lot of that stuff, especially just I don't know. It gives off the vibe of like oh, this is this is not our world. I mean, I don't know. Like the whole movie is like you said with like production design, right? Like that whole movie is like weird and off-putting.
Yeah.
But like the costumes also just sort of add to like, oh, okay, like what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. I think of the dress of the lady in the radiator.
Yeah.
I pulled up a picture of it because that's the one that stands out to me the most as a costume in that one.
I was thinking of the baby, the Eraserhead baby.
You can't say costuming for a prop.
Well,
the baby wasn't real.
The baby. Maybe that's why production design probably works better for that one. But like it really stood out to me.
Yeah.
And then for a movie that I think is bad, it's Waterworld.
Interesting.
I think everyone there had like
good costume,
especially the villains.
There's a lot of money on it.
Yeah,
you know, there's really fun. Yeah, that's like the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
So, did I tell you about when we went to see the Waterworld exhibit in Universal Japan?
No.
So so they have this. There's not that many like attractions over there. Like there's like a roller coaster. There's a lot of shops and things. But one of the big shows that they do is Waterworld, and it's like this pool surrounded by bleachers, and it's made up to look like the island or whatever, like the main civilization area. And so it was so funny because it was mostly all like 99% Japanese people, and the cast was all Japanese except for the main lady and then the guy who's playing Kevin Costner, because they just like reenact like a fight scene basically.
Okay, yeah.
With like the big villain. And there was this older lady sitting, because we were in the second row, because we were like, we want to be splashed, we want to be in the splash zone, and there was this older Japanese lady sitting alone in the front row, very in front of us, wearing a raincoat and everything. And she was like into it, like everybody was. But then every time the Kevin Costner lookalike actor like would come out on his speedboat and like flip his hair or like whatever, like do some kind of stunt, she would go ballistic. It was so fucking funny. She was like really into him.
I wonder who she's here for.
Yeah. It was straight up like that. Yeah. So it was fun though. People were, even though we couldn't understand what anyone was saying, like any of the actors or whatever, it was still fun to watch a plane explode or whatever the fuck. It's cool.
Yeah,
so
hell yeah.
Shout out to the Waterworld exhibit at Universal.
Shout out Waterworld, Universal, Japan.
Good pick though for costume design.
Yeah,
that's a good
thank
pick.
you. Yeah. I thought you would hate that one actually.
No, I think that's a good pick. There's, of the things to like in that movie, that is one of them.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Next one, best cinematography. I actually went with Yojimbo for this.
Oh, okay.
And so something that we brought up during the episode a lot, and something that really stands out just in general about Yojimbo is just sort of the way, like, every scene is framed, and especially, like, the action scenes, and the way that the camera will, like, cut people off or, like, cut people in half.
I thought about that, too, when I was doing this pick.
Yeah. Super cool. So that's where Yojimbo went for me.
Nice. Mine was Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which was one of the only movies I had seen before this that I picked. So I figured, like, is it necessarily the flashiest, like, coolest, like, delivery of emotion type, like, elevated cinematography? Maybe not. Is it the most impressive? I think so. Yeah. And this is a little blended with effects, but there's nothing, so much of the cinematography has to accommodate the effects that aren't being done in camera and the ones that are. So it's also, the cinematographer for that movie is Dean Cundey, who also did The Thing, another movie with great cinematography. So he's like a legend.
That's crazy.
He's done a ton of shit. But,
what the fuck?
But yeah, so I figured that was kind of like the most impressive of all. I think that movie won Best Editing. I don't know, for like the Oscars, but yeah, I figured, like, of all of the movies that we looked at, that's the one where it's like the movement of the camera is the most, like, just stunningly impressive. Not just because of the effects and the pizzazz of it all, but I feel like there's it also, and we didn't really talk about this in the ep, but I do feel like the camera in that movie mimics the cinematography of older films as well. Like, there is a lot of, like, framing and kind of, like, slow zooms and things like that of, like, movies from the 40s.
Yeah.
So they kind of, like, imitate that hard-boiled detective style that,
Yes. I was going to say, it does kind of resemble a detective movie in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Which I feel like it's what they're going for.
Yeah, for sure. So I thought that was, the most impressive.
Yeah.
It gets my watch. Best Actress. Oh, we're going so fast. My best actress is Jane Wyman from All That Heaven Allows. So I know that you hate this movie.
I don't hate this movie.
I know you think this movie's dog shit.
I don't think that movie is dog shit or super boring.
But
in fact, that one was.
Dude, don't spoil. I just think she puts in an incredible performance. A lot just on the face. Obviously, it's a melodrama, so the emotions are so heightened and everything is, elevated there. But she just, I think she does a really stunning job conveying all of that isolation and pain and loneliness, with so much unsaid. So it was close. I really considered giving it to Florence Pugh for Midsommar.
Okay, fair.
But that is like most acting, not necessarily best acting. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's just I went for the quieter performance. I thought that was the more impressive one.
Yeah. And I will say, I did not hate All That.
I know. I'm giving you trouble.
And I really
I'm causing
enjoyed,
problems on purpose.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the
Rock Hudson.
well, yeah, sure, yeah.
The actor.
Yeah. Well, no, I was going to say I really enjoyed just like the sets and like just the way the movie looked.
It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, not Technicolor, maybe Technicolor.
I think it is Technicolor.
But yeah, like that, I love that style. I love the way that movie looked. That was like a really great one.
This month for Christmas.
Hell yeah!
It's a secret stealth Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Who is your best actress?
I went with Natalie Portman in Black Swan.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I do feel something similar as well.
You're in line with the Academy, I see.
Oh, really? She won for that?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's sweet.
Now you have me second guessing myself.
I don't know. I just think she did a really great job, especially with like such a like a sort of difficult character to portray, especially with like the themes of the movie, right?
Sure.
And like seeing her opposite Mila Kunis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where she just fucking blows her out of the water.
Right.
She acts her off the screen.
Yeah, it's literally crazy. It's like, oh, okay, like we talked about this with Gladiator, like the difference between like a movie star and like an actor.
Yeah.
And this is like the difference between a movie star and an actress. It's like, all right, well, Natalie Portman is a fucking movie star here. Like she starred the fuck out of this movie. So yeah.
Cool, good pick. And yes, she did win Best Actress. I was right. So
nice.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's a great pick. She's excellent. She really carries the movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 100%. I think part of that's just the way the movie is like framed as well.
Of course, right? Yeah, it is about her, but
So for Best Actor, I wasn't really sure who to go with, and maybe this is a weird choice, but I really liked. Let me get his first name.
Let me ask: did you distinguish between supporting and lead? Because I did not. I mean, I really, still picked leads, but I considered like, do I want to go with a supporting actor who like really popped? But I didn't. But anyway, so who's your Best Actor?
Alex Wolff.
Oh shit!
In Hereditary.
Good pick. I thought about him too. He was on my long list.
Yeah. I just think, especially for like how young he was.
Yeah. I thought that too.
Like he portrays like a lot of the shit so well, and he's not like the main actor. He's kind of the main actor.
He's sort of the lead almost. Yeah. He's like the co-lead to the Annie character, Toni Collette.
Yeah. But like, I mean, she fucks out of this.
She was one of my choices for Best Actress too.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. We watched like a lot of really well acted movies, but I don't know.
He's great. He's excellent in it. Yeah.
The one classroom scene like haunts my memory. Where he gets like the flash.
Yeah. Oh no, you've mentioned.
Driving. Yeah. So it's like I mean for a movie to make that much impact, and specifically like his performance in it. And like I don't know. It's
I mean, it's a physically demanding movie. Yeah. Not just the one scene of him bashing his face in, spoilers, but like every he does a lot of like screaming and crying and drooling, and like his physical presence. He morphs into a little boy at points. Like physically, you feel him like kind of shrink down into when he's arguing with his mom, and that's impressive. He does great.
And I think that's something that a lot of like sons can relate to, like that like your mom always has that power over you, to a certain degree, right?
It's really funny you say that because my best actor was Anthony Perkins in Psycho.
Let's go! Holy shit! Wow.
And this is sort of I kind of cheated here.
Okay.
Because
which Psycho is that? That's the older one, right?
The old one, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So he, Norman in the first Psycho. So I kind of cheated because I considered his performance in Psycho, but then I also, as part of my Hooptober watching, I watched all the Psycho movies, and he plays Norman Bates in all of them except for the remake.
Interesting.
And to see the way, like, it's one thing to be like, because we talked about how he got typecast.
Yeah.
And, like, isn't a huge movie star or anything, or wasn't. And it's easy to think like, oh, he's just playing a creep, like he's just creepy, whatever. But he does something a little different in every Psycho movie but still kind of like portrays the essence of the character, but he just takes it in different directions that really shows how much of how many choices he put into it. And so it like watching the rest of them really illuminated how good his performance is in the first Psycho. And yeah, I mean, he's transformative. It's great.
Hell yeah.
What are you doing?
Archie's having a good time. He brought a toy up there, now he's just
here for a good time, not a long time, I guess. All the cats are like hanging out.
Uh-huh.
All right,
that is a cool choice though. Yeah,
Thank you.
Not one that I would have expected, honestly.
No, I like, because I was scrolling through, I was like, I mean, yeah, I could give it to somebody for a movie I've seen before. I wanted to go for a movie I wasn't really fucking with beforehand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a huge appreciation now for it.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Best Picture. I think we might have the same Best Picture, if I'm being honest.
Really?
I don't know. I'm
okay.
I picked Amadeus.
All right, we do have the best. Yeah.
Now, Amadeus isn't my favorite movie from this list. Mm-hmm. It's definitely up there, but I just, like, all around movie I wouldn't hesitate to rewatch. Movie I think was really good for us to talk about.
Yeah.
Great episode. Just all around, just like, what a picture.
Like, visually stunning, like, awesome story. Great sound in that movie too, right? Like, that was one that
score.
I was thinking of for score. I was like, fuck, man. Great costume design.
Almost, that it was almost, I gave Boogie Nights the best costume design, but the best picture.
And like production too, like just the way that the movie's made, it looks so cool. I think Barry Lyndon is like really close.
Okay.
But I'm in terms of how the movie looks.
Yeah, it's so much more subdued.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised you still like Barry Lyndon as much as you do.
It's still pretty good. I like it.
It's a great movie. It's just it's so not Amadeus. Like it's like Amadeus's uglier younger sister, but like but she's not really ugly. She's just kind of plain comparatively. But she's got like great qualities.
I was gonna say it is kind of plain comparatively. But like that's why Amadeus takes Best Picture for me, right? Because I was thinking about between the two, and I was like Barry Lyndon is great.
Really, those were your two cool that you came down to.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah. I mean, Amadeus was like, oh, okay, like Amadeus, like pretty much stand out.
It's swept.
Yeah. And then I was thinking like, oh, like I really did enjoy Barry Lyndon a lot. But
I considered Manhunter, but I didn't want to like Manhunter's in my it's in my roster.
Interesting.
That's a movie I would prefer to watch probably to Amadeus most days. I've watched that movie a lot, but I wanted to go with something that wasn't as...
Amadeus is also so easy to recommend to another.
It is. I have a list on Letterboxd called like Safe Recs for Normies.
Yeah.
And those are like movies that aren't just like mainstream, whatever. Like mainstream still, but like maybe not as well known nowadays.
Where help sort of expand their
but that are still like good movies that aren't going to alienate people. Yeah, that are accessible. And Amadeus is like absolutely one of them.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it is. It's very easy to recommend. Like it's a good time. It's a good hang.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And a great movie to talk about too. Yeah. Like that's why our episode's so good, because it's like
that's why we're so animated right now talking about it.
Yeah. Good fucking movie.
Congrats to Amadeus. Good job. Yeah, cool.
All right, on to the second side
Now
of
on
this.
to the bullshit.
Yeah.
So that was
all of you non-serious
Yeah.
watchers. This is for you. You know, the serious ones can tune
Well,
out.
there's some of them are more serious. These are the nominees that, or the categories that are a little off the books. We'll say a little less.
The ones you're not getting from the Academy.
Yeah.
You only get this here.
The Academy
from
would
us.
well, actually, the Academy does go for a couple of these, but you know. Would you like to say what you think the best Rick's pick was?
Yeah, best Rick's picks, Barry Lyndon.
Yeah. Ricky, that was an alley-oop, I think.
Immediately went for the shot.
Yeah, I mean, great pick. I love that you picked that. There was a well, go. You expand more on Barry Lyndon.
Yeah.
Before I keep talking.
No, I think a lot of it is the one like clip that I saw on Twitter
Yep,
of it.
yeah.
The like minute like compilation of it. How many cars? You
Yes,
got? A
so,
lot.
yes, thank you. Yes,
It's
yes.
like that. The song and the movie are inextricably linked in my mind now. And yeah, it fucking rocks. Sick.
Good movie. Good. I'm glad you liked it. I was really worried because you wanted to watch it like right after Amadeus, and I was like,
yeah.
we can't do it. We
And
have
you,
to
you
wait.
recommended we push it off, and I think that does definitely help a lot with the like comparisons.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely not as good as Amadeus, in like a few regards, but it's still a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
So
Nice. I said News from Home.
nice.
I thought that was a great. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I love News from Home as well. Too,
it's
but
yeah. We like most of these movies.
Wow.
I thought that was a great Rick's pick. I spoke earlier about like the identity of these movies, of like a Rick's pick versus a Lane's frame.
Mhm.
And while I mean, Barry Lyndon's probably a better movie than News from Home, I guess maybe, but it feels silly to talk about some of these things as like this is a better movie.
Yeah,
But
that doesn't really work for
whoa, Archie,
this. That's Lionel.
Lionel, they're the same fucking cat. They look the same.
They're not. They're so different.
But no, I think News from Home is such a good, like, kind of not a mainstream movie. It's a movie you fucking saw like you either like looked up, you know, a good Rick's pick
Yeah.
is like a movie that you fucking saw on TikTok or it's whatever, Twitter,
Yeah.
X, and you don't really know anything about other than like you heard one cool thing about it or like you saw.
Yes. Yeah.
And then it just unlocks this incredible conversation for us. So I News from Home, a downer episode,
Yeah.
a
downer
crazy
movie.
Mother's Day pick.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, yeah.
Yeah. But a great conversation and a great movie. So yeah, I really dug that.
Oh,
That was a good. I'm glad we watched it a lot. I said best Lane's frame,
Mhm.
Boogie Nights.
Wow.
I was
okay.
conversely, with a Rick's pick, I think a Lane's frame tends to be a big movie
Mhm.
that I have aversions to for one reason or another.
This is like your movie aversion therapy.
Yes, a little bit. That's what this is. So, I mean, that's part of what I've said consistently is like, I don't want to just watch movies that I like. I want to watch movies that are things I don't necessarily think I'm going to like, but that are, you know, influential or like really well known. Like, and Boogie Nights is, I think, the quintessential one of those. And I'm
Yeah.
glad I watched it because I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. And it's a great movie. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say it. I'm evolved.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I can admit when I'm wrong.
Say it with your chest. Hell
yeah.
yeah.
So it was good. I'm really happy we watched it, and I'm not as afraid to watch some of the other Paul Thomas Andersons now. I want to incorporate those. I think down the line.
It's more
too.
PTA.
Yeah, people call him that, so you're not you're not
This is
making it
nothing
funny.
new. Like, yeah, it's not even a joke. Right?
What was your gold watch?
My gold watch Lane's frame is Manhunter.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah,
Also,
great fucking movie.
the other kind of Lane's frame, which is just a movie I really fuck with.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Don't think anything else really has to be like great fucking movie. It's just so fucking.
It's a
cool.
perfect movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Good watch.
Um,
Hidden gem time.
yeah.
So my hidden gem, I don't know how hidden this one is.
Yeah, I mean,
Is Playtime.
okay. Yeah,
Really fun.
I think it qualifies.
Yeah, anyone that I've ever suggested it to has like never heard of it before, so
Sure.
I think it's definitely a hidden gem.
Yeah. Good. Nice. Interesting. I considered that, and I mean, that director's pretty famous. The movie's kind of famous, but not necessarily among
Normies.
normal people. I was gonna say, yeah, like who aren't on Letterboxd, for example. But yeah, my pick was Roshan Z.
Hell
I thought
yeah.
that
Okay.
was again kind of a quintessential like Rick's pick, where it's like you had the totally different impression of what that movie was.
Yeah.
You were like, this is about the government, like, which it kind of was.
Well,
So
I read that it was like the response to Akira. It was like the flip side of the coin, where it was like, oh, like a bit of sort of atomic acceptance, which was like definitely like odd in Japan at the time.
Sure.
And I mean, it's maybe has a small hint of that, but it's so like deeply buried. But yeah, really fucking cool movie, just like even without all that, and like also kind of prescient today, even, which is like cool. I don't know, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a movie I never, ever, 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 ever would have watched if you had not suggested it. So, I had not heard of it. I mean, most of the movies that you suggest I've heard of before, except for the anime, and this obviously is one of them. So, yeah, I was glad we watched it because it was, unlike what I had seen before. Really cool.
Hell yeah.
All right, here's where they start to get a little silly. So best performance by an animal actor. I had a tie.
Okay.
So I said The Monkey and Speed Racer for keeping that movie from being like perfectly rewatchable, because it is, you know, he's there specifically to remind you that this is at the end of the day a kids movie. Yeah. With stupid shit from the early 2000s in it. And then I said The Dead Horse that gives Benedict Cumberbatch anthrax in Power of the Dog.
Nice. Okay.
For kind of taking the movie home.
You
know, helping Cody Smith-McPhee. But yeah, so what about you?
So I also did the monkey from Speed Racer. Like, mostly this was a joke from me, because I was like, oh, Lane's gonna hate this, because that is not an actor. That is not a good animal performance.
I mean, is there really a great animal performance in any of these? We didn't really watch any.
I was
super animal.
Yeah. So I was also like thinking of saying the monkeys from Showtime.
Oh yeah. Like, I forgot about that.
The other one. Yeah. I guess there are also horses in Barry Lyndon. And then there's like maybe some animals in Grand Budapest.
But... The ants in Hereditary.
Ooh.
I mean, they do it. That might be the best performance. I guess Henry V has a whole shitload of horses that do good.
Yeah, that's true. You could also, I mean, if we're doing like ants, Memory of Murder, or like bugs in general, I guess.
All the dead meat in the beginning of Eat, Drink, Man, Woman.
Oh, bro. Yeah. Oh, the chicken that he fries up right in the beginning? Yeah, that's some good acting. Yeah.
Soup to nuts.
Hell yeah.
Oh, wait.
What?
Roger Rabbit. Hello. Oh, we're fucking offensive.
I thought that was cheating, to be honest with you. Because it's not actually a performance.
He would have swept. We had to disqualify Roger.
That's a performance by a tune, okay? And we're not counting those.
Whoa. The racism is jumping out.
You know what's not jumping out of the screen? These toads! Because they're 2D.
There's definitely a joke in here about how I turn into an animal. Never mind. We haven't.
Oh.
Can we go this whole episode? Yeah. Can we go this whole episode? Can we do it?
What ep?
Introduce the next one.
Next one, best animated film. So I went with Roshan Z for this one.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I liked it a lot. I mean, we had some pretty strong contenders.
Yeah, we had a lot of good animated stuff on here.
Yeah, Nausicaa was great. I mean, Roshan Z, obviously excellent. I think Interstellar 555 and Daft Punk were kind of on the weaker side, but Perfect Blue was like close to a perfect movie for me.
Yeah.
Roger Rabbit's like fucking also close to a perfect movie. Paranorman, still just a step behind, but like really close.
You don't have mine. I picked Lupin the Third, The Castle of Cagliostro. So that movie, that's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, it is.
That's one that I will rewatch for sure, and have had the urge to rewatch. So
that one's great because it's a fun watch, and it's also like it has that Ghibli thumbprint. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely lovely.
But it's so breezy.
Yes, it's weightless. It's sort of flighty. Yeah.
It doesn't feel. inaccessible the way that some Miyazaki films can.
Yeah.
His like you said, thumbprint is on there, but it's interesting to see him reined in a little bit, and not in a bad way. But.
Yeah, because it treads that fine line of it's a sort of serious story, with very unserious hijinks within it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool, and it's a great use of animation.
Yeah.
It really looks beautiful. So yeah, cool. Interesting. Roshin Z. I can't believe you picked Roshin Z over like Paranorman.
Nah, love Roshin Z. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
That shit was sick as fuck. Maybe it's a bit of rose tinted glasses, but like
you need to make a letterbox, like put all this shit on Letterboxd and rate it and start rating these. That should be your fucking resolution, not this TV shit. Maybe. Oh, I need to watch Severance. Arcane.
The one scene that like still sticks out in my mind for me with Roshin Z is the where they're like flying through the city, or like they're on like the line. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you get this like it's such a cool bit of animation that like wasn't like super like normal at the time, like that really sort of dynamic movement and like a bunch of background movement, as well as like action happening like immediately in the foreground, like with the helicopter and the robot on the line, and it was like just so cool, just so sick to see.
Cool. Yeah,
great movie overall. So
yeah, I'm glad you liked it. All right, the best get this guy off the screen.
Yeah.
I split mine. We're getting into twos, I think, here for a couple of these.
So it's crazy that I had a 2-1 earlier and laid it.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you can't. Immediately. The like straight laced awards you can't give to 2.
Okay, all right.
But this shit. So I said Will Poulter in Midsommar.
Okay.
Eyebrows. The one who pisses on the tree.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was on my nerves.
Mark.
Whoa, the cats are catting. And then I said the entire male cast of the movie Naked.
Okay.
Like get them all out. Like they're, I mean, some worse than others for sure. But yeah, they were up there. I didn't want to go with one of the more obvious ones. Runners up, the guy from Yojimbo, the guy with the gun who brings the gun to the sword fight. He was up there for sure. Obviously Benedict Cumberbatch in Power of the Dog, but he's not like a classic get this guy off the screen. Because it's like you want to see more of him. Anyway, you who did you nominate?
So I only have one, but I kind of have 2. If we're gonna have multiples,
we can spitball here.
The guy from Karen Silkwood.
Oh wait, the
guy who gets
the
punched
manager,
by Kurt
Russell, her coworker.
In fact, there's a couple of guys who are real dickheads in that movie.
The male cast of Silkwood, honestly,
except for Kurt Russell, who is a shining gem in the fucking pig slop that is that movie. Not that the movie itself is pig slop, but that all of the men there are. So
good pick. I forgot about him. Yeah, he sucked.
And then secondary, he who must not be named, from Beyond the Sea.
You know, I thought that too. I thought that was too obvious.
Right. That's why I didn't put it. I was like, whatever. That's like a well-known like get this guy off the screen. It's banal to even mention it. Right?
Yes, it's true. It's true. I feel like we watched a lot of movies with some scumbags. Honestly,
I feel like men are just horrible, so it's easy. It's easy for that to be reflected in film, right?
That's true. There aren't a lot of get these women off the screen.
Yeah, I mean, for men, like anyone in Watchmen.
Yeah. I guess for women,
a ton of other.
What's her face? Emily Blunt in Devil Wears Prada. Get her off the fucking screen. I don't want to see any of her. She's the friend who wants to go to Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Gets hit by a car or whatever.
Yeah.
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 But no, good pick.
Yeah, hell yeah. Next Gold Watchers, movies we talked about but haven't seen.
Our best movie we talked about but didn't actually watch together.
Best movie that we talked about but didn't actually watch together. I don't know. I haven't seen them.
I meant like that. Okay, when I suggested this was kind of like, what movie did we talk about that like stands out in your mind, even though that we did like not like what movie was the best, but like what's one that you anticipate watching or like that is a funny bit of like that we talk about. Like Fifth Element plays into this. This was one of my runners.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
You give up on this one?
I give up on this one, yeah. because we have talked about a lot of movies, but again, 80% of them
The Room,
I haven't seen.
You could have. I mean, The Room is one that you.
I not that I feel particularly compelled to watch because I've heard like a lot of bad about it. Not much good.
And that's not going to stop you from quoting it. Do not.
But
don't.
Lane, you are tearing me apart.
I said May December was my number one because that's
Okay.
definitely a movie we will watch someday.
Okay.
That I brought up probably 4 times at
Yeah.
least in the past year. On mic and probably a dozen times off mic.
You and Nick mentioned like 7 movies during.
Yeah, I wrote them all down. Do you want me to read you?
Oh my god. Yeah, you might as well.
Shout out Nicholas. Let's see. Stand by while I pull up the Texas Chainsaw episode to read the description. Yeah, did you guys know I write descriptions for each of these? Yeah, I bet you didn't. Death Proof, Safe, May December, Black Christmas, Skinamarink, Licorice Pizza.
What?
6 in one day. We'll watch May December. You like what Natalie Portman's doing in Black Swan?
Yeah.
You'll like May December.
Okay.
I also said The Godfather. Which,
okay.
fuck you for
Wow.
watching that without me. A movie we've both seen, but that we did not watch for the podcast. But you watched it. You went all fucking half-cocked and watched it on your own.
That I watched with Zach and Tori.
Okay, you watched it without me. Shout out Zach and Tori.
I don't know if that was by their wedding or if it was another time.
It was literally like the day before. No, the day before you watched the Twilight movie.
We watched most of the Twilight. I think we might have watched The Godfather, and then like later on at night we watched that one stop motion horror movie 2023
the movie stop
2024
motion.
the movie
Okay.
stop motion.
I thought you were saying a stop. I was
No,
like, go on.
no, yeah.
Well, it just sucks that you watch like The Godfather is like a tee up for this fucking podcast, and yeah, I guess we could watch part 2. You didn't see part 2. People
didn't
like
see
part
part
2
two.
more.
Yeah, I've heard. I have it on VHS.
Good for you. Do you have a VCR?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
All right, best bit. I had 2.
Okay.
First one, shout out Brussels. I put skull
Like shout out
emoji
Brussels,
next to
no.
shout out Brussels since
Rest in peace.
we think Brussels either you died or you were a bot.
Yeah. Or you hated us, in which case you're dead to us.
And you happen to drop off immediately after the RSS feed switched.
The bots
Yeah.
sweep, yeah.
Yeah, you're dead to us, but thank you for introducing us to News from Home. My other one was that Ricky hates women. It's half a bit. It's more that it's just true.
That's crazy.
I almost put in here you asking for an F slur pass, but that was like a specific. It wasn't a bit so much.
I was also going to do that one, because that was a bit. I mean, it was funny.
It was not a bit. You asked in earnest. That was a serious question.
The whole thing was a bit. No, that whole thing was a bit.
Yeah.
But I put in Save It for the Pod, which is an off mic bit that Lane and I do.
You can't put an off mic bit as the best bit for
we
the
can
podcast.
no, because we can explain it here so the watchers can appreciate
It's
it
not
as
even
well.
a bit. It's just us screaming at each other.
Yeah, it's a
when we
good
try to
bit.
talk.
That's a good bit. The bit is right.
We'll watch the movie, and then either if we're in person or we're messaging each other, and one of us brings up the movie before we've podcasted about it, we have to save it for the pod. Save it for the pod.
Save it for the pod. And it's extended even to things that are like not directly related, that are like very tangentially related, or would just be like save it for the pod. Just save it for the pod. Save it for the pod. So.
It's a
I
good
think
bit,
a good
but it's
bit.
not about the pod. It's not for the podcast.
It's good though.
I like these last couple like categories because it's all just us patting ourselves on the back.
Well, we deserve it, right? Let's be real here.
Who's your gold watch for best tangent? This is an
Best
open-ended
tangent?
one.
So for me, it's the food bit from Eat, Drink, Man, Woman, where we just talk about food for like
half
half
the
an hour.
episode.
And I need to call into justification something about that episode.
Go.
I called Lane out for not enjoying honeydew melon.
Oh,
and
you've been
cantaloupe.
fucking sitting on this.
And Lane recently
Actually-
visited Japan and
Wait,
had good cantaloupe for the first time in their life.
Wait. backing up one category here. If we're doing best off mic bit, my nomination for best bit off mic is making you think that I'm telling you we're ending the podcast. Because
that is a good bit. Yeah.
When I was in Japan, I was eating this delicious fucking cantaloupe every morning. It was so fucking good. It was really, really good. Just crazy.
You're right in the top of your fucking head.
Yeah, you should punch me. But I messaged you knowing that it was going to be like midnight your time, or whatever. Oh, yeah. And I was like, I don't know how to break this to you, Ricky. I'm sorry. It's been weighing on my conscience for a really long time. I'm nervous about what you're going to say. I really hammed it up like 6 messages.
I remember this exactly because you started it at 1:30 a.m. my time, and you just say yo, and I just reply yo, because I had just gotten out of a Magic the Gathering online game, which, humble brag for the pod, I got into the top 5% of players with a really shitty deck, by the way. Just throwing it out there. I was pretty hyped about it.
Good job.
With a lot of help from my friends for tweaking the deck to make it less shitty. But I was really proud of that. But yeah, you just say yo and then nothing else. And I was like, all right, whatever.
Oh, because I didn't get the notification or what? Because you responded too quickly.
Yeah. Well, because I literally had like Discord open because I was going to sleep. Like I was leaving my Discord call and I was like, all right, like yo, what's up? And just like nothing. And I go to bed and I wake up to messages at like 6:48 a.m. or something, just like something bug nuts crazy to get messages at. And I was like, what the fuck could Lane possibly have wanted? And like, yeah, you did ham it up. It doesn't beat the very first message though, because the very first time Lane types out, Ricky, I'm so sorry, but, and like, and then it has like the Discord like ... And this is before it was a bit. I was like, oh fuck, is Lane really gonna fucking skeeve off the pod like this? And I checked the message and like the rest of the message is like, but I think we have to watch like yada yada. I was like, what the? Why is that the way to start a message?
I'm pretty sure it was Smile 2. It was like Smile 2 in like May of this year. I was like, I'm sorry, but we gotta watch this movie.
It's like the trope in like TV and movies where like somebody like there's a character in the background and they're like, oh yeah, I absolutely hate like X character, and then they walk away all sad. It's like, is what I would say if I was lying. Like, it's like why? Who does this? Like, is this good writing?
Yes, it's so funny. My best tangent is you talking about nuclear energy on the Silkwood episode.
I must say, I actually approve of nuclear energy.
I just want everyone to know I support nuclear is actually what you said.
Yeah, I want people to know.
And you went on. Like, I was like, oh, we're going to talk, this is going to be a great movie to talk about mood and like discrimination against women and like all and
which we did,
but you introed your like fucking nuclear energy. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Well, because the movie is very easy to
we don't need to recreate the tangent. Go listen to the Silkwood episode for the most obscure movie. It should be that movie because it's impossible to find fucking Silkwood on the internet.
That's true. It is tough to find, yeah.
All right, our best episode.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I had 2.
Okay. I
had the truly like our most intellectual, like, if I wanted people to
I did not go intellectual.
No. If I was like recommending the podcast to like a smart person who liked cinema, I'd say News from Home. I think that was a great episode. Like we did a great job of like balancing the way the movie was shot with their own personal experiences. I thought that was just like a really like great, meaty episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If I was recommending it to a fucking dimwit, I would recommend Beyond the Sea. That's the one to start with.
Yeah. I picked Beyond the Sea.
Hell yeah!
I'm a fucking dimwit. Let's go.
I think that's my favorite episode personally. I think fondly on when we recorded that in that fuck ass hotel room. It was me.
You.
Dallas.
I was like, were we in a fuck ass hotel room?
No, but yeah. I mean, great episode. Just so funny. It's the one I recommend people start with.
Yes, yeah. I remember like recording it was a lot of fun, and then like a month or so later, maybe even after that, I was like going to get groceries, and I threw it on, and I was listening to it.
And you're like, "Damn, we're so funny."
I was like laughing, I was like smiling and like giggling a little bit on the way to the store. But when I was in the store, it was like the half hour mark to like 50 minutes or something. It's like a short ep, so like it was like just the end half of the ep. And I almost like burst out laughing at like several points, and like I had to like pause it. I was like, I can't handle this right now.
We're so funny
Because it is genuinely really funny, and
Yeah.
I think I love episodes where we can shit on something in a fun
It sucks
way.
that, like, I don't want us to be a bad movie podcast where we
Yeah.
just shit on things, but
Yeah.
some of our funniest episodes are the ones
Oh,
where we're
yeah.
just shitting on things.
That's why Last Airbender did so well. Just throwing it out
No,
there.
Last Airbender is
Just
not
throwing it
funny
out there.
because we are not.
Not that it's
we're
funny.
not on the same page.
Not that it's funny, but that's why it does so well, isn't it? Anyway.
Maybe, yeah. Actually, I'm not sure what our. I haven't looked at the stats lately since the bot sweep. I've been discouraged on looking at our stats,
Pretty
our
fair.
analytics. But let me see what our most sort by most downloaded. I bet it is still. It's probably Grand Boot. It's actually mostly people going in order. So it seems Last Airbender is no longer outperforming.
Damn.
Grand Budapest is number 1, then All That Heaven Allows, Version Z, Yojimbo. So all the old early ones.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But Beyond the Sea is up there.
Yeah.
So Beyond
Yeah.
the Sea's, like number
It
10.
is a good app. It is a good app.
It's a great episode. Go listen to it. Okay, that's it for our Gold Watches officially. And then
Yeah.
we've got 2 more little things.
I only
Well,
have
we've
one
got
more
two
little thing
more
on the
two more
list.
things to talk through here.
Okay.
So we're gonna start building out the roster. What?
Nothing. Just
What
the
do
way
you
you're
make-
describing it. What
do you want from me?
We're building out the roster. Go on.
So we've got the Frame Fam, Lane's Frames, and then Rick's Pick Click. So we're inducting new actors. I figure we should have a list of actors that we like root for, like that we like the ones
Right.
that we associate with or the ones we really like. Just like who are our guys, right?
Yeah.
And I think we approached this slightly differently because I told you before we started, I kind of gave 3 of the people that we had, and they have to be from movies we've seen.
Yes.
Like, who are we adopting into our cinematic family?
Yeah.
And I figured there's 3 people from the movies we've seen that, like, aren't automatically, they're already on the bench for me.
Yeah.
So I didn't pick those. I kind of went,
Who are those 3 for you?
you're going to make me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. So we got Julianne, number 1.
Yeah.
Julianne Moore, a classic. Love her movies. Many of her movies are my favorites of all time.
Okay.
Orson Welles, noted co-STD creator.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, of course, Jesse Plemons.
Okay. Yeah.
Didn't even need
0
to say it.
episodes.
What's that?
0 episodes.
You fucking goaded me into saying
I know,
it.
I know.
I went this whole time. I went an hour and 10 minutes,
I'm
12,
just
20 minutes.
I'm just saying.
So that was my core roster. Now, I should
Okay.
have told you that because then you could have thought about it. But, like, I guess they don't have to necessarily be on this list. Do you have any actors or actresses that you, like, consider, like, ones you root for, like, they're your guys?
So
like...
so the inductee. So I had chosen one, and the inductee that I had chosen was Orson Welles.
Oh, okay,
That
cool.
was, like-
He's one of your guys now.
That was my guy.
Cool. Okay. Welcome to the Pick Click.
Outside
Orson.
of that, I don't know. I don't know if we're doing 2. I don't know who I would pick for my other one. To be honest
I
with
picked the 3 that seemed like the most obvious. I figured Kurt
Yeah.
Russell could have also been on there.
you. Yeah.
But Natalie Portman too.
Hmm.
But for me. But yeah, I mean, even just thinking of movies in general, not even movies we watch. Are there any actors that like you love to see? Like you're always.
I don't know. I like Denzel a lot.
Oh.
I like Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
I think he's pretty cool.
It's a good roster.
Uh,
Orson Welles would eat both of those 2 men. I think
Oh,
if they were. It's like the goat.
he'd have a
and the-
big dinner.
The tiger, the goat, and the chicken, or whatever
the
it is.
bag of rice.
Yeah, you gotta get him across the river. No, our best bit should have been the 50 years ago.
50 years ago we had Kevin Bacon.
We
I
can't
don't
even
know
say
other
it
ones.
right.
Yeah,
It's Johnny Cash. And...
Johnny Cash. And...
Anyway. We should have a bit induction. what bits should be retired onto the bench? So Denzel, Keanu, you got any others? Any others come to mind? Not locking you into anything. I think Orson's a great pick. You're also a nascent cinephile, film bro. So
Yeah.
it makes sense you might not have a.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really like, because I don't really follow any actors or actresses in particular, and
Sure.
like I'm very bad with names and like putting a name to a face.
Yeah. That's fair.
Like
I think you've brought up Kurt Russell enough that he comes to mind.
I do like John Goodman a lot.
Yeah.
I like what he plays, but he's like never, or yeah, I haven't seen movies where he's the main actor.
Yeah, he's a good character supporting role.
Yeah. But
fair.
He's sick. He's really cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Tom Hanks, I guess.
Okay.
I think he does like really well in a lot of stuff.
Good deal.
Who were the three guys in Good Will Hunting? Matt Damon, Robin Williams, and Ben Affleck. Yes,
Yeah.
those top three. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the sort of like yowie between Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, the way that they're kind of, you know.
The yowie?
Yeah, it's those two who are kind of like, you know, for each other, right? Am I wrong with that? Is it Ben Affleck and someone else?
What are you talking? I mean, yeah, they're bros. They're like friends.
Yeah, but like, don't a bunch of people say that they're like more than friends?
I don't think so. I don't know,
Okay.
man. I don't
Maybe
run
I'm
in
wrong,
the
then.
Yandere or Fujoshi. Yeah.
Yeah,
sections of the internet.
Nice that you're pulling out Fujoshi.
Thank
I wasn't gonna bring up Fujoshi. That's why I was skirting around the word. I didn't know if you were aware of it, but
Sorry, I wasn't familiar with your game. I drafted Anthony Perkins. I think he's one of my guys now.
Damn,
now that I've watched all of his
the
performances,
Psychos have made you a convert.
Well, and the trial.
Okay, yeah.
He was one of the actors who appeared in multiple movies in that way, and yeah, I mean, what he's doing in the trial is really interesting. Plus, what he does is, or his relation to Oz Perkins, the director of Longlegs, and like that kind of, backstory. I'm very interested to see what else he did, because he was in a lot of movies. Like he was in Murder on the Orient Express, Crimes of Passion, which is, I believe, a Ken Russell movie. He's in the Catch-22 adaptation. Like he's in a bunch of stuff. So I'm curious to see more from him. And yeah, I think he's just a lot more impressive than he probably got credit for in his time. So yeah, I fuck with him. He's on the bench. Welcome to the fam.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Any other notes, categories, last minute additions to our gold watches?
Categories? No.
I'm looking at some of the movies that we just didn't talk about. Like we haven't mentioned even once, I don't think.
Yeah. Do we want to do any honorable mentions, like things that like didn't quite make the list, but?
You mentioned Nausicaa. Hey, Naked Gun, a letdown.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like we both were kind of like, this is a little more offensive than we expected.
Yeah, I mean...
Actually, yeah, we should do best letdown. Animal House, that's up there for me, too.
I was going to say Animal House. Yeah, I was not a big fan of. Even Civil War was kind of a letdown.
We can't talk about this.
I mean, what was it not?
I liked Civil War. I really fucked with Civil War.
I liked it a bit. I think I liked it more immediately after I'd watched it, but like
same. It's faded a little in my memory, but I still really like that movie. I think that movie gets a bad rep from like the way I've heard people talk about it, like, oh, it's so apolitical. It's like, did you watch the movie?
I don't think it's apolitical. That's not why I dislike it either. I wish that it had like more Jesse Plemons and like less contrived storylines.
Ricky,
at certain points,
you can put my diary away. You don't have to start.
I'm reading here, June 18th. I wish it had more Jesse Plemons in it.
With the little hearts on the eyes.
Yeah. You actually turn the E's into hearts.
Sicario, great movie we didn't talk about.
That was a good one, yeah.
That's a good movie, just a real solid movie. Kind of the worst episodes are these like really good, solid movies that don't blow us away.
Well, even if they blow us away, some of them are difficult to talk about outside of saying like, oh, like this was so cool. Remember how great yada 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 was? And it's like, all right, that's like whatever.
Hourglass Sanatorium, a movie I almost made my best hidden gem, but I ended up going for Rojan Z.
Yeah.
One of our least listened to episodes, I think, because the word sanatorium is spelled wrong in the title of the movie, and so people just don't look it up.
Pretty fair.
Henry V, good movie. Yeah, we kind of covered all our bases here. Pulse, yeah, we talked. Well,
we mentioned it with the mold.
Yeah, the mold spores. Texas Chainsaw, Exorcist, another like great movie that's just
Yeah.
Fitzcarraldo and Great Escape are most recent episodes that
I was kind of hesitant to put anything recent.
too recent, yeah. Recency bias.
Recency bias.
It's real. But cool.
Yeah, I guess we did mention everything else, huh?
Great movies.
Fahrenheit 9/11.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that at all.
Yeah.
That was a good episode, I
That was a
think.
good episode.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best movie.
Yeah.
Memories of Murder. That was a good movie.
Is this just like gonna be 20 minutes of us going?
No,
Good movie.
I'm just looking through the rest,
No,
seeing
yeah.
anything that we haven't said. I think everything else we said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean, yeah. We covered the spread here.
Back to the Naked Gun.
Ricky's got a bone to pick.
I do.
He's pulling out the axe.
There's 2 more of these, and they get worse as they go on.
People talk about Naked Gun 3 and
33 and a third.
Yeah.
That's the worst of all of them.
Really? Because I feel like people talk about that movie as one of the better ones.
That's fucking insane, bro.
Okay. I don't know.
At least in my mind, I think the Naked Gun, the original, has a lot of like really good bits in it.
Sure.
Like a lot of just funny small bits.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of not funny bits in it.
There's also a lot of really unfunny bits. Yeah, but like I don't know, they were just throwing a bunch at the wall. There's like a bunch of like insensitive and inflammatory bits, which are like whatever. And I think that they up the amount of like inflammatory bits as it goes on. And I don't know. People talk about 30. People probably talk about 33 and a third, because there's like a. Actually, I don't remember which one though. Well, I don't know. They all kind of blend together, to be honest with you. But like the first one was just I don't know. It was just funny. Like
you're valid. You're allowed.
The side character, his police chief. So like also OJ takes a back seat in this one, and he's like a little more prevalent in the others. But I love the police chief side character, and like I don't know, like a lot of his lines. The one in particular when the evil guy is getting run over by the like a bunch of shit in a row, and then like they're doing the marching band over him, and he's like, "My father went the same way." It's like it's just so like absurd. I don't know.
I wish I had watched that movie stoned.
Yeah,
I watched Airplane High, and I was like, it was one of the fucking best cinema experiences.
This is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a better movie, I think, but either way, but I feel like I would have liked Naked Gun a little more if I because like watching that movie, it gets so hung up on all of the plot machinations, it gets in the way of the jokes. Like there's long stretches with no jokes, and so I feel like
that's where it starts to falter, when it's like
and so that's part of the movie's problem. But I feel like being stoned, you kind of would overlook that a little more, or at least I would. But
watching it as a kid, it was definitely a lot funnier.
Sure, right, that makes sense too.
the fact that like as a kid, I was like, oh, like they get worse as they go on. It's like I can't imagine that like the next 2 are worth a watch at all.
Yeah, fair. Anything else to say about our year of watches?
No, I think they're all pretty good though.
Thank you to our watchers. Best
Thank
watcher.
you, watchers.
We didn't. All of you get a gold watch. Except Brussels.
Yeah, fuck you, Brussels.
Fucking
bots scraping our data.
Honestly, like for
using
what?
Our voices for AI.
For what? Like we're
horrible.
not funny. Like
we're not funny or interesting
or
unique
or saying anything
informative.
Yeah,
like
why?
What the fuck
why
are you
us?
coming here for? Yeah. The rest of our watchers, though, keep watching.
Yeah,
like,
we love you.
We are all of these things, actually.
Maybe someday we will engage with you on social media.
Maybe someday we will engage with you in real life. That's right, ladies. I'm looking.
Yeah, Ricky, he might hate women, but he also loves women.
Fuck off.
Do you want to open the gift on mic?
Yeah, okay.
You don't have to. No pressure.
Lane has brought a gift,
Yes.
which I am opening now on mic.
This is your joint. You're not even going to describe it for the watchers? They
so,
can't see.
I know. So it has a gray with like pink highlight wrapping paper, and I am unwrapping a gnome. What is this?
Santa ribbon. Yeah.
No,
it's like
Santa
Santa's.
gnome ribbon.
Yeah. Also, gray with pink highlight sounds deranged. It's like winter cranberry, like wrapping paper.
Yeah,
He's making me sound like a fucking serial killer. Like I wrapped it in like a cereal box.
You're right. It is winter cranberry. But yeah, I actually am happy to repurpose this to give to my parents because Lauren loves
The ribbon.
the ribbon because Lauren loves gnomes.
Oh, cool.
So.
Okay, good. Could be good.
And actually, they have gnome. What are the like foot scraper things? You know what I'm talking about?
No foot scrapers. Like boots, like for shoes.
No, like the pads that you put at your door. Welcome mats.
Oh.
They have gnome welcome mats at the local store.
The foot scraper things. I'm thinking of like pads you put at the bottom of your shower so you don't have to bend over to wash your feet.
No. I'm thinking like the thing that you like scrape your feet on when
I got you. We made it.
Feeling like 2-3 books stacked on top of each other.
Think. That's what you fucking think.
The top one looks like a Criterion Collection thing. It's a C. It is a Criterion Collection thing. Oh, it's what are these called? Postcard thing. It's a postcard booklet. It's got a bunch of movies on it. And the first one that I opened to was Memories of Murder.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of them.
There's a few in there.
Yeah, there's a couple of these.
I think
we should watch 40. All of these.
Okay. We've watched quite a few of them already.
Have we?
Like 3 or 4.
I've seen 2 that we've read. Uncut Gems and
I think it was more that there were movies that I knew you had seen or that we had watched. Kane is in there. I forget what else. But yeah, so a list of movies for you, and also you can write some postcards.
Hell yeah. Merrily We Go to Hell. That shit looks sick.
Add it to the list.
Put it on the list. Save the pod. I'm still looking through this. I know this is really good potting because I'm making no noise and just flipping pages. But
I'm sure the mic is picking up the page flipping.
Yeah, hopefully, right?
If you're watching at home, you can flip through your book that's nearest to you and pretend you're watching
yeah, pretend that we're doing the same thing. Ooh, The Damned. Ooh. I love a good movie poster, you know?
Yeah, there's some good ones in there.
Yeah.
The Criterion posters they tend to be really good. The Kane one I really like.
Celine and Julie go boating. I love the watercolor there. That's awesome. Citizen Kane. Oh, it's the first one. It's with the K. Sweet.
Cute.
Ooh, One Night in Miami. And Lane has taken out a postcard and written a postcard already on yesterday.
On yesterday.
It's been a whole year of us doing this podcast. Should I read this out loud?
If you want, yeah there's nothing. And my full address is...
Yeah. And so, yeah, like you have it like written up in the corner, and like I read that part first. I'm like, yeah. Ricky Rudy. Beep! It's been rewarding and fun to watch these movies with you, even when you're a lowbrow clown. I'm always a lowbrow clown who doesn't actually have full-brow aspirations. I never have. I can't believe that we made it a whole year. Honestly, I roped you into this. Oh, because.
Sorry, yeah, I was running out of room. I had to do the B/C.
I was afraid we'd drift apart when I moved away, so the fact that we've kept this going is wild. LMFAO. Party rock isn't. Thank you for having it.
Oh my god, if you're trying to read this for the listeners, they cannot hear you. You are mumbling and...
That's fine, I'm reading it mostly for myself.
Alright, I'll cut this.
Yes, I stole one of your postcards to write this with. Make sure to pick a movie I knew you hadn't seen yet. Bum, bum, bum. And it's One Night in Miami.
Yeah.
Wow. For a second, I thought they had Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali in this.
You're like, whoa, what fucking movie is this?
Oh, shit. It is a Grand Budapest Hotel. Is this... What
it's
is it?
Blue.
Oh, it's a Blu-ray. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. I didn't know if it was like a picture booklet that had like...
Oh, that'd be cool. No, but there is like stuff in there.
Yeah, so... yeah. Because this does not look like a normal DVD.
No, that is a Criterion.
It is Criterion Collection.
Yes, so it's the Grand Budapest Blu-ray.
It's super pretty.
Yeah, I know you don't have a Blu-ray player, but
no,
you know,
it's weird that
it's aspirational.
It's weird that they went with the blue instead of the pink. They do the pink on the side.
Yeah.
I love the pink. I think that's such a...
The Criterion Blu-rays, they come with like essays and like some really nice... Inside. Yeah, there you go. Special features and things, so...
Yeah, okay, there's like there's 2 whole booklets with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's some cool ones in there. So I figure first movie, first episode, a movie you like.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, is it the poster of all the characters, all 54,000 characters in the movie?
No, it's like there's like 5 of them.
Oh, cute.
Just the main guys.
Nice. Hey, I watched a movie with Ray Fiennes called Conclave.
Who's Ray Fiennes?
The fucking main guy in Grand Budapest.
Okay.
You say you like these movies, and then you're like, who's the main actor?
Don't know actors.
The main, I forget the character's name.
Not Zero, but
the man, the other guy.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Great fucking movie, Conclave. Yeah.
Does he play it well?
Oh yeah, he's like the head cardinal of all of the cardinals while they're trying to elect a new pope in this story.
Oh. He does well as like the guy who has a lot going on.
Yeah, have you seen Schindler's List? We've talked about this.
I have.
Yeah.
Wait, he's in Schindler's List?
Yeah, he's the bad guy. He's like the lead shitty Nazi.
Yeah.
He's in a bunch of stuff. He's a great actor.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Found out yesterday that he had a scandal in the early 2000s because he was fucking a flight attendant on some crazy airline in flight. And like got her fired, and
isn't it crazy what people were canceled for before? Like, and then like shit started coming out, and now it's like oh, like these people have actually committed crimes, like
versus joining the Mile High Club. Yeah, I mean, true.
Oh, and the #1 bestseller, Easy Riders or Raging Bulls: How the Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll Generation Saved Hollywood.
So this is a famous book.
Peter Biskind. Oh shit.
Yeah. Really like kind of well-known book about like late 60s to late 70s kind of Hollywood and how movies changed, like New Hollywood as they called it. So it'll talk about movies that you're familiar with, like Raging Bull, like Exorcist, like Taxi Driver, Jaws, so and kind of the context surrounding them and kind of what changed. So
it's so cool because there's like a section of the book that's specifically for like pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
That is like printed differently.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
So
cool. Thank you, Lane.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I will make you a cinephile. I will do it. You will become one.
Eventually.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll have to update the podcast description because you won't be an aspiring film bro. You'll just be a film bro.
Ugh. That sounds horrible. It's my ears.
All right. The next episode is supposed to be a Rick's pick. It is going to be coming out in December. Do we want to do like we did for Halloween? Do we want to do Christmas movies for the month of December? Or do we want to do just like regular old movies?
That's up to you. I had a small list of movies that I was thinking of recommending, and
hit me.
Mysterious Skin.
Oh!
2004 film.
Yes, Greg Araki, right?
Yes, Greg Araki, yep.
Yeah, I'm down for either of those. Mysterious Skin is, I don't think it's on my list, but other movies from this director might be. I have not seen any movies from this director, and I wanted to, and I've been waiting to watch one with you on this podcast. So,
ooh, that might be a good one to crack the seal with then.
Okay, your call.
Let's do Mysterious Skin.
Hot. Okay, give us the full read of.
So next week we will be watching Mysterious Skin, 2004, directed by Greg Araki.
Hot.
Join us then.
Oh yeah, it was on the watch list. Sick. Okay, well now it's our next movie. Cool. I'm excited. This director has a really like glowing reputation, especially among gay people. Like
okay,
like a lot of queer stuff.
It did seem like it was queer adjacent.
Oh yeah, do you like JGL? You like him, don't you?
He's another actor that I'm like.
You're kind of a fan.
On the fence about. Yeah. Well, because he was 500 Days of Summer, right?
He wasn't the movie, but he was in that movie.
Yeah, he was that movie. Yeah.
He's that guy. What is this? Some kind of 500 Days of Summer? Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, and all of these I pulled from a single other user's letterboxd.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
you're kind of smirking when you say this.
No, it's just someone off of Film Twitter, which I know you'd probably disapprove of,
That's
but
fine.
it's
You're on
somebody
film
who-
Twitter. Now, tell me, have you ever once posted about the podcast on
No.
film Twitter? All your little film Twitter friends.
I don't post about anything on film Twitter.
Oh,
I'm not a
God.
part of film Twitter at all.
But you could add the All right.
What am I supposed to do? See like a viral post and be like, "Hey guys, check out our pod."
I don't know. Make friends. Just post the podcast and be like, hey.
Yeah.
Remember when you were going to do that a year ago? You were like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll set up the social media. That's the best bit. And by
That
best,
is
I
the
mean
best
worst.
bit. The best bit
Is
is
how
that-
you don't do shit for this podcast except
Yeah.
show up. Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
What were you singing earlier? Gold?
It's like gold dust. You hear it coming through your speakers. You hear it clogging up your airways. You know you can't get enough of the sound. Yeah, something like that. Probably got the propositions in there.
You sound like Josie and the Pussycats.
It's not just. It is.
You said the name earlier.
I did.
Yeah, because you looked it up earlier.
I did look it up earlier. It's like DJ Funk or something. I don't know.
The Nintendo Music app just added Super Mario Odyssey. I just got a notification. How good. Incredible.
DJ Fresh or Flux Pavilion?
DJ Qualls? Flux Pavilion?
Oh,
I can't stop.
There's a Flux Pavilion remix. Maybe the original song is by Duster? Let's see.
Can't stop.
Oh, this is not that one.
Do not play music on the fucking mic, please.
Yeah, it's DJ Fresh.
Alright, I'm gonna end with Super Mario Odyssey music since this is
That's fine.
No, I'll end with WAP.
Park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage. Make it cream, make me scream. Out in public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
Gobble me, swallow me, drip down inside of me. Quick jump out for you, let it get inside of me. I tell them where to put it, never tell them where I'm about to be. I run down on them before I have a nigga running me.